I think Diana, well, I know, we all know, Diana would be shocked that we're sitting here today discussing her son.
Something's brewing in Buckingham Palace again, and no, it's not another royal wedding or jubilee. This time, it's Prince Harry making headlines, but not for the reasons you think. This isn't about another explosive interview, a tell-all, memoir, or a dramatic Netflix special. No, what's quietly unfolding behind palace doors is far more audacious. Word on the street, scratch that, word from behind closed palace doors, is that Harry has been quietly, desperately, plotting a return to the royal family. Yep, the very same royal family he publicly slammed, practically abandoned, and then seemingly set on fire. Now, he wants back in. But here's the kicker, he doesn't want to simply return, he wants to rewrite the rules, to craft a bespoke role that gives him the crown without the curtsy. It's an illusion he's tried to sell, and it's hitting a wall of ice in the UK. The sheer audacity of Harry's alleged proposal is what's truly stunning insiders.
William didn't know that Harry and Meghan had already recorded their poison for Netflix.
Investigative author Tom Bower, known for digging deep into royal matters, has uncovered whispers from palace aides confirming Harry's quiet overtures. He's reportedly been sending messages, feeling out the waters, trying to gauge if there's any path back to his old life. But the twist isn't just that he wants to return, it's how he envisions it. Harry reportedly dreams of a part-time royal existence, a hybrid role where he clocks into monarchy duties on occasion while still jet-setting to Hollywood events, podcasting about trauma, and pursuing his various celebrity ventures. Imagine it, the pomp and privilege of being a prince, without the relentless duty, the strict protocol, or the unspoken loyalty. It's essentially a VIP pass to the firm without the all-encompassing commitment that defines every working royal's life. This isn't just an unprecedented ask, it's a direct challenge to centuries of tradition, a fundamental misunderstanding of what the British monarchy represents. The crown isn't a membership club with flexible hours, it's a lifelong, all-consuming devotion. And the idea that Harry could simply pick and choose his royal moments while maintaining his lucrative, independent brand is not only laughable to royalists but deeply insulting. This proposed half-in, half-out fantasy has been met with a steely, unified front from within the palace walls, most notably from Prince William. For William, this isn't just about a broken brotherly bond, it's about protecting the very institution he's destined to lead. Harry's actions, the Oprah bombshells, the scathing Netflix documentary, and the relentless attacks in his memoir Spare, didn't just air family laundry. They actively undermined the legitimacy and credibility of the monarchy. He painted his brother as physically aggressive, his stepmother as manipulative, and his father as emotionally detached. These weren't just personal grievances, they were strategic assaults on the future king and queen consort. William views Harry's supposed desire to return not as a genuine plea for reconciliation, but as a calculated PR stunt to revive a struggling brand. He sees it as manipulative, designed to cash in on a royal connection that Harry himself torched. Reports from inside sources indicate William has firmly told his aides to never even entertain the idea of a meeting with Harry again. The bond of brotherhood, once thought unbreakable, is shattered beyond repair, and William has zero interest in attempting to reconstruct it. His priority is the stability and reputation of the crown, and in his eyes, Harry has become an untenable liability. But William's refusal wasn't just about personal betrayal. It was a united front, quietly orchestrated by someone even more formidable. While William's anger is palpable, Queen Camilla has emerged as a silent, unshakable force against Harry's return. Her stance is not just one of personal offense, but of fierce protection for her hard-won position and the stability of the monarchy. For decades, Camilla endured public scrutiny, often unfairly, before slowly and painstakingly rebuilding her image. She finally secured her place as queen consort, a testament to her loyalty and resilience. Then came Spare, a book that dragged her name through the mud, portraying her as conniving and heartless, an almost cartoonish villain in Harry's narrative. This wasn't just an insult, it was a direct assault on her legitimacy as queen and a betrayal of the years of quiet work she'd put in to support King Charles. Sources close to the palace indicate Camilla has drawn a firm, non-negotiable line with Charles. Her warning is clear, allowing Harry back, even in a symbolic capacity, would be akin to opening the gates to chaos, undermining everything they've worked for and disrespecting the crown itself. She reportedly told Charles that such a move would not only dishonor her but would also undo the years spent rebuilding her public image. Camilla isn't just speaking out, she's moving chess pieces, wielding her quiet influence to ensure the institution remains robust and unblemished by those who sought to dismantle it. Her allies within the palace are numerous, cementing an impenetrable wall against any Sussex return. With every royal door firmly slammed shut, the real question becomes, what's truly driving Harry's desperate desire to return? Follow the money. The glittering Montecito dream, once presented as an escape to freedom and lucrative independence, appears to be fading fast. The Sussexes' lavish lifestyle isn't just expensive, it's astronomically so. We're talking millions every year to maintain their sprawling Montecito mansion, private jets, round-the-clock security, and a never-ending schedule of luxury events and PR teams. It all adds up. But when their multi-million-dollar Spotify deal collapsed and their Netflix momentum stalled, the revenue stream slowed to a trickle. Even Meghan's attempts at branding herself, from the much-hyped lifestyle website to the infamous jam jars, have been met with more memes than market success. Her influencer rebrand, though polished, has lacked real punch, failing to generate the significant income needed to sustain their chosen lifestyle. Insiders suggest Harry has been quietly panicking, his calls to old UK contacts less about family and more about urgent business. The Sussex brand is losing its shine, its novelty wearing off in a fickle Hollywood landscape. Harry knows that. A royal link, even a symbolic or tenuous one, remains pure gold in terms of public interest and potential brand deals. He wants the perks of royalty without the protocol, the influence without the duty. It's a hybrid model that simply doesn't exist in the royal rulebook, and the firm isn't about to rewrite centuries of tradition for a couple who famously ditched them for the California sun. Beyond the financial pressures, Harry's biggest miscalculation seems to be a profound misunderstanding of the British public. For them, Harry is no longer the cheeky soldier prince or the beloved younger brother. He's become the individual who moved to America, accused the royal family of racism, made millions airing deeply personal family dirty laundry, and now, seemingly, wants a seat back at the table. People haven't forgotten the bombshell Oprah interview. They haven't forgiven the emotionally charged Netflix docuseries. And they sure as hell haven't moved on from the raw, often brutal, revelations in Spare. The public patience, initially sympathetic, has worn thin. It became less about brave truth-telling and more about seemingly endless attention-seeking and victimhood-turned-marketing strategy. As one viral social media post succinctly put it, you don't get to throw dirt on the family crest and come back wearing it when Hollywood flops. Polls consistently show over 70% of the British public strongly oppose Harry returning to any royal duties. Social media feeds are brutal, filled with hashtags like #NoWayHarry and #RoyalReject. The sentiment is clear: people are done with the drama, the perceived hypocrisy, and the constant cycle of public grievances. Even seasoned PR experts are baffled by the miscalculation, admitting Harry and Meghan's team underestimated how deep the damage went. Trying to crawl back to the very institution they publicly torched now just looks desperate. And desperation, in the world of royalty, does not wear a crown, it begs at the gate. Extend far beyond immediate family rifts and dwindling bank accounts. What he failed to grasp was the sacred trust that underpins the monarchy's relationship with its people. Every working royal, from King Charles down, relies on a delicate balance of public perception and unspoken respect. Harry's public airing of grievances, his accusations, and his seemingly unending need to tell his side of the story didn't just break family bonds. They eroded public faith in the very fabric of the institution. He didn't just reveal secrets, he turned the private life of the crown into a reality show, a commodity. This fundamental breach of trust is something the firm, steeped in tradition and discretion, simply cannot tolerate. It sets a dangerous precedent, implying that loyalty and duty are conditional, subject to negotiation for personal gain. This deep-seated fear of setting a precedent, of opening a Pandora's box for future disgruntled royals, is a driving force behind the unanimous rejection. Furthermore, the strategic implications of Harry's return are immense. Imagine the message it would send, that one can publicly excoriate, accuse, and profit from family secrets, only to be welcomed back when personal ventures falter. It would utterly devalue the concept of royal duty and commitment that William and Catherine tirelessly uphold. Their carefully cultivated image of stability, hard work, and quiet dedication would be instantly undermined. Every charity event, every royal tour, every heartfelt speech would be overshadowed by the narrative of reconciliation with a family member who allegedly accused them of racism. The optics alone are catastrophic for an institution that thrives on unwavering public approval. For William, particularly, it's a non-starter. He understands that the monarchy's survival in the modern age depends on its perceived integrity and unity. A compromised, unstable image would be a fatal blow, and let's not overlook the profound impact on royal staff and the inner workings of the palaces. These are individuals who have dedicated their lives to serving the crown, operating under strict codes of silence and loyalty. To witness Harry's public accusations against their employers, only for him to attempt a re-entry, has reportedly fostered a deep sense of betrayal and resentment among those who uphold the day-to-day functions of the monarchy. Imagine the awkwardness, the tension, the sheer impracticality of having someone back in the fold who has essentially declared war on their colleagues and the institution they serve. Sources suggest that many senior aides, who once managed Harry's schedule and secured his press coverage, are now actively refusing to be involved in any future plans that might include him. The unspoken message from within the very heart of the royal household is clear: he's not just unwelcome at the family table, but among the people who make the monarchy function. The sheer scale of the financial hole the Sussexes find themselves in is often underestimated by the public. We're not just talking about needing pocket money. We're talking about sustaining a multi-million-dollar-a-year lifestyle that has been built on the premise of endless income streams that simply haven't materialized. Their private security costs alone are staggering, easily running into the millions annually. Private jets, luxury travel, designer wardrobes, staff for their sprawling estate, these aren't discretionary expenses for them. They're embedded in their perceived status. Without the consistent, high-figure deals they once expected, the pressure cooker is intensifying. This isn't merely about personal ambition anymore, it's about financial survival, forcing Harry to consider avenues he once dismissed as beneath him. A royal connection, however tenuous, offers a lifeline, a re-injection of relevance and perceived value in a market that's moving on. The perception of Harry by his own family, particularly King Charles, has undergone a heartbreaking transformation. Charles, a man who consistently sought to keep his family together through countless personal and public trials, is reportedly not just angry, but profoundly disappointed. It's that deeper, more wounding disappointment that hits harder than any shouted argument. Harry's portrayal of him in Spare as a cold, emotionally detached father was a knife to the gut for a man who always saw his role as monarch intertwined with his role as a unifying family figure. This personal devastation, coupled with the political implications of Harry's actions, has hardened Charles's resolve. While he may hold a father's lingering affection, the king understands that his primary duty is to the crown and its longevity. And that duty, regrettably, now means prioritizing the stability of the institution over the individual desires of a son who actively worked against it. In the end, this isn't just a family drama playing out on a global stage, it's a stark lesson in the unforgiving nature of monarchy. It's a system built on sacrifice, duty, and unwavering loyalty. Harry chose a different path, seeking personal freedom and financial independence, and that choice came with irreversible consequences. The crown doesn't mourn long for those who walk away, it adapts, it rebuilds, and it moves forward. The narrative of the lost prince, desperately seeking a way back, serves only to highlight the monarchy's enduring strength and its steadfast refusal to compromise its core values. Harry's imagined return, a convenient reset for his struggling brand, is a fantasy that will never become reality. Meanwhile, back in the UK, the royal family is singularly focused on restoration, not reconciliation. King Charles is diligently laying the groundwork for a stable, post-Elizabethan era. Camilla's approval ratings are slowly, steadily rising. William and Catherine are taking on more responsibility, stepping into their roles with grace and, for the most part, winning overwhelming public support. The monarchy is clearly entering a new, decisive chapter, and Harry simply doesn't fit into it. He's become a jarring reminder of chaos, not continuity. Even palace staff, who once managed his schedule and secured press coverage, are reportedly refusing to be involved in any future plans that include him. The message from the institution is crystal clear: there are no half-in, half-out deals. There are no special arrangements. There are no exceptions to the centuries-old rules. The monarchy is not a revolving door, and its principles are non-negotiable. Among the core royals, no one embodies this more profoundly than William. Sources confirm the idea of sharing duties with Harry again is beyond insulting. In Spare, Harry didn't just vent frustrations, he exposed deeply personal family moments and twisted them into tabloid gold. He painted his brother as violent, his sister-in-law as cold, and their private grief as performative. This level of betrayal isn't just personal, it's public. And in the royal family, public betrayal is the ultimate offense. For William, this isn't about pettiness, it's about protecting the crown itself. He knows that bringing Harry back in any form would irrevocably damage the royal family's credibility. You simply cannot preach unity, tradition, and duty with a known disruptor sitting at the table, especially one who weaponized family ties for profit. One insider reportedly said William has made it abundantly clear to every advisor, there's no trust, and without trust, there's no point. The British press, once cautiously sympathetic, has now turned the volume up to 11. Every new rumor of a royal return is met with waves of scathing criticism. Headlines scream betrayal, opinion columns slam the hypocrisy, and online, the Sentiment is even more brutal. The court of public opinion has spoken, and Harry has already been judged. The monarchy, this ancient institution, survives because it plays the long game. Through wars, divorces, and countless scandals, its enduring power lies in its consistency, its unwavering adherence to tradition, and its absolute control over its own narrative. What Harry represents, raw emotion, unpredictability, chaos, fundamentally threatens that legacy. And the firm, that quiet, powerful machinery of royalty, simply will not risk it. So now, Prince Harry stands outside a castle he once called home, watching the doors shut tighter than ever before. The royal title remains. The bloodline remains. But the place that was once unequivocally his? That's gone. Not just because he chose to leave, but because he meticulously, publicly, and repeatedly torched every single path leading back. And royalty, unlike Hollywood, does not run after those who walk away. It remembers. It moves on. The crown does not bend, not for fame, not for tears, and most definitely not for regret.